Are you looking to learn some Tears of the Kingdom tips and tricks? In this video, we'll take a look at 15 tips that I wish I knew way sooner. Even if you've put a lot of hours into Tears of the Kingdom, there might be a tip here that you've not seen before. Make sure to stay until the very end because the last tip will make the Gleeok fights a walk in the park. A stable on the surface equals a Lynel in the depths. So if you're looking to hunt down Lynels or avoid them, just keep in mind that any area in the depths directly beneath a stable will have a Lynel there. A similar thing applies to goddess statues and bargainer statues. Any of the special type goddess statues, for example the statue of courage, wisdom, power, the temple of time, or the mother goddess statue, will have a bargainer statue directly beneath it down in the depths. By using this trick, you won't have to spend all your pose at this bargainer statue at Lookout Landing to reveal the location of all the other bargainer statues. Are you wanting to stock up on loads of apples but are tired of chopping down all the trees to get them? Introducing the Apple Picker 5000. This bad boy can pick all the apples from all the trees automatically and easily. All you've got to do is use Ultra Hand to make a build of loads of apples. You could also pop in some golden apples in there as well. Save that build to your favorites in auto build, then select that favorite build from your auto build menu, then just move that auto build circle around a bunch of trees that have got apples on them. When the zonite cost gets to 0 or is really low, then press cancel and all the apples that have been gathered off the trees will then just fall to the floor. There's a really good spot to farm a bunch of apples at Satori Mountain, which is west of Lookout Landing, and there's a shrine directly next to a forest of apple trees. This shrine is called Sonopan Shrine, so make sure to head on over here and stock up on your apples. Make sure to revisit after a blood moon so you can collect them all over again. You know what they say, an apple a day keeps the gloom hands away. A really easy way to get loads of bullet time is throw a Zonai steering stick on the floor, grab the steering stick, then press jump and it will launch you into the air. Whip out and take aim with your bow and you've got instant access to bullet time whenever you want. This can be massively useful for putting in extra damage with your arrows or for giving you more time to get those headshots. Are you tired of losing hearts to gloom damage? Introducing sun pumpkins. If you cook a bunch of sun pumpkins together, it'll create a dish that will restore the hearts that you've lost to gloom damage. You can unlock sun pumpkins at Hatento Village. You will have to get and complete quite a few quests at the village first. The quests that you'll need to get and complete are Team CC or Team Reed, CC's secret, a new signature food, a letter to Koyan, Reed's secret, and then once all of those are done, you'll have to complete one called the mayoral election. After completing that one, then speak to Reed at the vegetable field on the west side of the village and he'll ask you to protect his crops from some monsters at night. Say yes to that and then it's going to take you directly into the quest. You can just keep throwing dazzle fruit at the floor to instantly defeat the stall enemies. Once you have completed it, it's going to reward you with some sun pumpkins and you'll also then get access to buy them from Hatento General Store. So if you find yourself taking a lot of gloom damage, make sure to complete this quest line so you can have access to buy sun pumpkins whenever you want. Fuse a rocket to your shield and then hold block to give you a quick boost up into the air. Useful for quickly getting up cliffs. You could also use this trick to give yourself slow motion / bullet time when aiming with your bow. You can get a bunch of rockets at this Zonai dispenser located here, or possibly the best use for it is a Gloom Hands escape device. Are you stuck on a particular dungeon boss fight, running low on food and arrows? Well, don't forget that you can just fast travel away whenever you want to. Open up your map, which will bring up a dungeon map, then press X to change it from the dungeon map to the world map. You can then fast travel over to a town, cook loads of foods, buy loads of arrows, get some new gear and weapons, then fast travel directly back to the dungeon whenever you want to. You can do this at any point during a dungeon, and even during that dungeon's boss fight. Just keep in mind that it will reset the boss fight if you do this, so that boss will be rocking a full health bar when you go back. Keep this trick in mind if you get stuck in a dungeon. Are you wanting to stock up on a particular crop, for example big hearty radishes, Endura carrots, or Hylian rice? Well, at Hatento Village there's an NPC called Uma who you can give a crop to and she'll grow an entire field of that crop for you for free. You will need to complete 2 quests first before unlocking this feature. If you head over to Hatento School between the hours of 9 AM and 3 PM, the teacher here will give you 2 quests that are called Teach Me a Lesson 1 and Teach Me a Lesson 2. After you've completed those, you can then go and talk to Uma at Uma's garden, who will then start to grow a field of crops for you for free. Once you've started growing the crops, you will have to play the game or leave the game on for 2 in-game days, which is roughly about an hour in real life. You will also need to leave Hatento Village and then come back to it to allow the crops to spawn in. She'll infinitely grow you a field of those crops every single hour. If you wanted to, you could also change the crop that she's growing just by talking to Uma again. Use this trick so you never run low on crops again. Looking for an easy way to stock up on Keese eyes and wings? Shoot a bomb arrow at a group of Keese to defeat loads with just one shot. There's a really good cave just south of Poplar Foothills Skyview Tower. As soon as you approach the cave entrance, the group of Keese will fly out, so have your bomb arrows at the ready. You could also add in the rocket shield tip here as well. So if you have your rocket shield at the ready, when the group of Keese fly out, boost yourself up into the air, whip out your bomb arrows, and take out a bunch of Keese with just one shot. Keese eyes are really useful because if you attach one to your arrow, it will give you an instant headshot. Keep your eyes peeled for cave entrances because generally a lot of Keese will fly out of there. Use this trick whenever you see a group of Keese and you'll always have a nice supply of Keese eyes and wings. Quick question, what is your favourite Link design / tunic? My personal favourite is Dark Link, that's because I like the edgy design. I do also really like Fierce Deity Link, but I think Dark Link takes the top spot. Make sure to let us know what yours is down in the comments. Are you struggling to find all the geoglyphs? Well, inside the Forgotten Temple at this location on the map, you can actually find a map of all the geoglyphs in the game. Make sure to take a photo of this and save it to your photo album so you can access it whenever you want. You can quick roast food in high temperature areas. This is really useful if you want to stock up on a bunch of foods that are specifically just used for healing. For example, remember the apples and the apple picker 5000 that were mentioned earlier? What you could do is drop a bunch of apples on the floor in a high temperature area. I usually drop about 20 at a time because if you drop too many things on the floor at the same time, then some things start to disappear and then in just a few seconds it will bake the apples. You could also do this with meats as well. You'll find quite a lot of hot places around the Goron area. I believe that the baked apples stack up to 999, so you could rack up loads of these and they would just take up the one slot in your food inventory, which then leaves loads of room for you to cook other meals that can give you buffs, such as attack up, defense up, or foods that replenish your stamina. You could then just rely on the hundreds of baked apples to restore your health, whilst the other dishes that you cook can give you buffs. Are you looking to find some caves that you might have missed? If so, this one's for you. You can find a painting of all the cherry blossom tree locations hanging on the wall at Outskirts Stable. Head on over here and make sure to take a picture of this and save it to your album for future reference. If you then approach a cherry blossom tree and offer a fruit at the base of the tree, the blue horse type thing Satori will appear and light up all the entrances to the caves. These beams of light will stay for a while, helping you discover the cave entrances. It's also worth mentioning that discovering a cave entrance actually adds to the game completion percentage. After you complete the main storyline of the game, you'll be able to track your completion percentage. If you look in the bottom right hand corner of your map, you'll see it here, so make sure to refer to your cherry blossom trees map and use this trick whenever you're trying to find some caves. Have you got a favourite weapon that's on the brink of break-in and you'd do anything to repair it to full again? Well, now you can with the Rock Octorok repair service. What you'll need to do is walk up to the Rock Octorok. It will hide underground. You can drop your weapon, bow or shield in front of the Octorok. You might need to walk backwards a little bit. It will then pop up and suck the weapon into its mouth. Then it'll spit it back out fully repaired. You'll see like a little sparkles animation letting you know that it's been repaired, and each Octorok can do this once per blood moon. Also, when you have got your repaired weapon back from the Octorok, make sure to then go and defeat it so it can respawn on the next blood moon. I would also recommend dismissing your sages whilst you do this, because your sages might just destroy the Octorok and ruin the whole thing. Looking at you, Tulin. You can find quite a lot of Rock Octoroks up in the Goron area. Specifically, there's quite a few near to Momosik Shrine. When the Octorok spits out your newly repaired gear, it will also give it an extra buff, for example, attack up or durability up. What you could do if you wanted to is save the game before doing this, then go through this repair process, find out what the new buff is on the piece of gear, and then if you don't like it, just load up the game again and retry. You could keep doing this as many times as you want until you get the buff that you want. Another thing that we could do is actually get 2 repairs for the price of 1. So for example, if you had 2 weapons that were about to break, you could actually fuse those 2 weapons together, then let the Octorok do its thing, then it will spit it out and repair both weapons. You could then take those weapons over to Pelison at Tarrytown and have Pelison unfuse the weapons, so you've just got 2 repairs for the price of 1. On top of this, you normally can't repair special equipment in this way, for example the White Sword of the Sky. However, if you fuse a special piece of gear onto a normal piece of gear and go through this same process, it will actually repair both the normal and the special gear. Make sure to use this trick to save your favourite weapons from break-in. Are you stuck trying to activate some of these orange target switches in the shrines? There is a really quick and easy way to activate these. Just fire a bomb arrow. An easy way to find muddle buds, puff shrooms and bomb flowers whilst you're down in the depths. Puff shrooms can be found at the base of the giant mushrooms / the trees that have got the flat tops on them. Muddle buds can be found around the base of the normal-ish looking tall trees, and bomb flowers can be found at the base of the trees that have the rounded bumps on them. So look out for these three things if you're looking to stock up on puff shrooms, bomb flowers and muddle buds. Struggling to take down Gleeoks? This one's for you. If you use a multi-arrow bow, such as a forest dweller's bow, a savage Lionel bow, or the great eagle bow, and then attach Keese eyes to your shot, it will shoot 3 arrows that will go directly into the eye of the Gleeok. Attaching the Keese eye essentially gives you an instant headshot. With these types of bows, you get 3 shots for the price of 1 arrow, and by attaching the material, you actually get 3 materials for the price of 1 as well. So by combining this bow with these Keese eyes, you're getting triple damage guaranteed headshots. Remember that Keese eye farming trick that we talked about earlier? And remember that rocket shield trick as well? You see, it's all coming together. So if we combine all of these tips and tricks together, what we can do is use the rocket shield to get some airtime, take aim with your triple shot bow, attach the Keese eye, you can then shoot all 3 of the Gleeok's eyes, knocking it down to the ground, allowing you to run on up and put in loads of damage. Make sure to keep a lookout for when the Gleeok starts to stand back up again. You'll then need to whip out another rocket zonai device, fuse it to your shield to create another rocket shield, rinse and repeat these tactics to make Gleeok fights a walk in the park. Let me know in the comments which of these tips you found the most useful. If you did find any of these tips useful, a like on this video would be massively appreciated. If you're feeling extra generous, then please do share this video with someone that might find it useful. Some more videos have just popped up right now. If you did enjoy this video, then it's likely you'll enjoy one of those as well.